Welcome, Curios, to the Curio Storyteller, where old school books meets me cosplaying some of the characters from the book, meets us talking to the characters like they're one of our friends and giving them advice and maybe trying to help them or maybe helping ourselves. We don't know. So we are doing it's a super scary Saturday sleepover, and we are reading from the book 30 Chilling Tales, Short and Shivery. Now I'm gonna just warn you guys. Tonight's story is sad and scary, but more on the sad part. But we still gonna read it because it's in our scary book. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm gonna throw you back here. Oreo Jr. where it's safe and you ain't got to be so scared or sad or both or whatever. And we're going to get started. Y'all ever wanted to know a story from Lincolnshire, England? Does anybody even know what a fucking Lincolnshire, England is?
I do not.
Okay, well, let's get this story going. The Green Mist. Mm, 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 mm. In the old days, folks believed that spring came to the world when a green mist covered the land and set seeds to bursting and made fields and trees and flowers grow again. The trees were always there, so well, never mind, it don't matter. Okay. Once there was a family more eager than the rest for the green mist to rise and put an end to winter. Their only daughter had grown sickly during the time of cold and snows. Ooh, honey. And I don't know if anybody know anything about England or been to England. It is always cold and snowing there. Like we're talking like 9 minimum months out the year. Okay, it's a little crazy over there. It's dreary. It's dark. It's raining. It's cold, baby. Ooh, so girl, get well soon. She had been the prettiest young woman in the village, but now she was so pale, thin, and weak that she could not stand up on her own feet without the help of her parents or one of her brothers. Girl, you need to go to the hospital. Everyone else was sure she would unalive soon enough. Dang. But she thought that if she could only see the spring again, she would live. Oh, mother, she would say over and over again. If the green mist would come, I'm sure it will make me strong and well. Like the trees and the flowers and the corn in the fields, honey. Her mother promised her that spring would come soon enough and she would grow strong and pretty as ever. But day after day, the girl became weaker and more lifeless, and her parents still didn't take her to the doctor. Like an early blooming flower when winter comes back after a false spring. Each morning, they carried her bed to the doorway so she could watch for the first signs of spring. But the snows lingered as they do in the UK, honey. It is not the warmest place. And kept the seeds asleep, and the trees leafless, and the fields and flower beds locked in its frosty grip. Winter is scary to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, winter scary as hell. It's really scary to me. Though. I don't know if anybody else agrees. Finally, in a voice hardly above a whisper, the girl said to her mother, if the green mist doesn't come tomorrow, then I must unalive. The earth is calling me, and it will cover me soon enough. Oh, if I could only live as long as one of those cowslips, I don't know what that is, that grow by the door each spring. I swear I'll be content. Hush now, child, hush, the mother cautioned. You don't know who might hear you say such a thing. The old woman knew that there was always boogies. Oh, okay. Okay, girl. Around. Wicked goblins who made mischief and grief for their human neighbors. No one was ever safe. I bet you them same things that be stealing that one sock. You know how there's always like one sock that's missing? Mm-hmm. It's them. I know it is. People thought these evil creatures they couldn't see were always spying on them and waiting to play their wretched tricks, like stealing one of your socks, especially right before you got to go to work. Even as the woman looked nervously around, she thought she heard thin, piping laughter on the icy breeze, and the sound of merriment came from no one of flesh, bone, and blood. But her worries were quickly forgotten. The next day, the green mist rose, okay, period. Like an ocean, the color of grass in the summer sunshine, and as sweet smelling as flowers in the spring. It covered the countryside and roused the earth from its winter sleep. The girl, watching from the doorway, said, "Now I'll live." Period, girl. Period. She got a new leash on life. She just needed some flowers. That's why I got my flowers on today. I see my flower shirt. Yes. The green mist has fell on my shirt. Ooh. Oh. She sat in the sun and laughed with joy and waved to her father and brothers as they worked in the nearby fields. She grew stronger and fairer every day that the sun shone. Hey, girl. Sometimes she would stretch her arms up to it as if she lived by its warmth alone. But when a cloud hid the sun, she suddenly became pale and wispy as she had been during the long, dark winter days and nights. Question, question, question. Now, I visited the UK a couple of times in my life. And I know 10 out of the 12 months is cold there. So what are we going to do when it gets cold again?
No.
Does anybody know? What do you guys think is going to happen if it gets cold again? What do you think is going to happen, Sky, if it gets cold to the homie here?
Sounds like it's going to turn out too good.
Girl, they need to take you to urgent care. But there were more sunny days than not, and the cloud slips bloomed by the kitchen door. Soon she was running about and laughing like her old self. Every morning she would kneel by the cowslips and water and tend to them. Sometimes she would dance for them in the sunshine. Hey, 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 yes. Sometimes her mother would catch her just staring and staring at the fragrant yellow blossoms. Once the old woman leaned down to gather the bouquet of flowers. The girls cried out, "Oh, mother, don't do that. Don't pick a single one." Why not? Her mother wondered. They're pretty enough growing where they are. And I feel that if you plucked a single one, you pluck out a bit of my soul with each blossom. Dang. That's heavy. Girl, how attached are you to these flowers? But I kind of agree. I don't understand why people like bring flowers indoors because then they unalive. And then, it's like a fleeting moment. I think they should be outside where nature takes care of them. And then we should enjoy them there. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, back to the book. The woman was deeply troubled by these words. Me too, girl. And the fear she heard in her daughter's voice. She remembered the girl's rash promise that she would be happy living just as long as the cowslips. She recalled the thin, piping laughter that had followed the girl's words. Indeed, her child seemed to grow stranger as the cowslips flowered. Yet she grew more beautiful and strong enough to do chores around the house or run errands into the village. One day in town, she met a handsome young man. Hey, is his name Jason? Who thought she was the most beautiful girl he had ever seen. Hey, hey, hey. They talked a bit, and he asked if he could come and visit her. She smiled and nodded. She was like, "Yeah, bring that over here," and told him where she lived. He came the next day, and they walked together for a long time, hand in hand. In the afternoon, they sat under the tree near the kitchen door. Because the day was sunny and warm, the girl fell asleep. Girl, you gonna trust him like that? You just met him. While she dreamed, the young man gathered up the cowslips from besides the kitchen door and wove them into a wreath. Gently, he set it on her head, waking her up. At first she laughed, but then she pulled the wreath off her head to look at his handiwork. She was horrified to see what he had done. You picked the cowslips to make this, she cried. Hey, he said, a crown of flowers for the prettiest lass in the neighborhood. Scott, I want you to call me lass from now on.
Okay.
Like, I like that. That's bomb. That's bomb right there. Y'all can refer to me as lass too, if you're nasty. But with a moan, she snatched up the wreath and clutched it to her chest like this. They got a picture for y'all. My girl like, oh, snap. I'm about to go meet my maker. Then she stood staring wildly around the green trees and spouting grass and the golden sun and the yellow cowslips most of all. Puzzled, the young man reached for her. But she gave an awful cry like an animal in pain and hurried into the house, slamming the door behind her. Y'all think she gonna get a second date?
Probably not.
Girl, tripping over them flowers you're not gonna get a second date. Nor would she open it when the young man knocked and pleaded with her to tell him what was wrong with his love wreath. After a time, he gave up calling to her and went sorrowfully back into town. In the late afternoon, the girl's mother, who had been visiting a neighbor, found her laying in a bed with a wreath of cowslips in her hands. The old woman put her hand to her mouth to keep from crying out loud. The following morning, her family found her lying unalive and white and withered. Like the shrunken yellow flowers in a wreath still clenched in her hands. While the old woman clung to her husband and wept, she heard thin, piping laughter through the open window. Then she knew for a fact that the boogies had heard her daughter's wish. They had let her live as long as the cowslips, but had caused her to fade with the cowslips when the cowslips themselves had unalived. Ooh, I'm scared. And if it's that easy, well, you know what? That's gonna be our last question. Okay. Y'all know how we end this thing. Oh, wait, they all lived happily ever after. That sounded more like a Grimm's fairy tale than it did a scary story, but we take what we can here.
Right.
We measure scared on a curve around here. Okay, for our questions, y'all know how we end this. If there were gnomes or whatever, elves or whatever they had there, what would you say aloud so they would do something for you like this? You guys put it in the comment section. Scott, what would you ask aloud to get the elves to give you what you want? Like this little girl, she got an extension on her life for a couple of months and met a handsome dude that took her out.
I don't know. If I was them in their situation, probably ask for I don't know.
I would ask her to win the lottery ticket numbers. I'd be like, oh Lord, I need if only I could get the winning lottery ticket numbers for this Powerball that's $1 billion. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would ask for.
All right.
Y'all put y'all's in the comment section. Anyway, so with that, we're going to end this story here. We're going to end this live. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Y'all know how my 30 minutes works, though. We'll be back in 30 minutes with Dream Date. I would show y'all the book, but I got the wrong book. So we'll be back in 30 minutes with Dream Date. But in the meantime, in between time, I got to bid you guys adieu. So, as always, we enjoyed having you guys hang out with us. And hopefully, you guys enjoyed this wonderful, fun, scary sleepover with us as well. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Check out some other videos, shorts, live, all that fun stuff. Make yourself at home on this channel. It's a gag, it's a curio, it's a weirdo. But with that, we're gonna bid you guys adieu. So, from wherever we are, asking elves and gnomes to send us the winning lottery ticket number so we can become billionaires, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And we'll see you guys like in a little bit. I'll be back. I just changed this over a little bit and we're gonna get more dream data. Okay, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.